Hi, my name's Tim Clark. I'm a director at Harrison Clark Chartered Surveyor, and in this video we will be talking about what to do if your surveyor has missed a defect when surveying your new property. Sometimes, sadly, we receive calls from people who have moved into their new home and have found defects that a surveyor has failed to uncover. Sometimes these defects can amount to negligence on the behalf of the surveyor, but in other occasions, this situation arises due to misunderstandings in the buying process. Some purchasers mistakenly think that the lender's surveyor is acting for them. After all, you may have paid a valuation fee on top of your mortgage. Unfortunately, in these circumstances, the valuer will have been acting for the lender, not for you, and as such, you will have no recourse against them. Some lenders don't even require their valuers to look in the roof space, so expensive roof-related issues can be missed. Others will have commissioned a home buyer's report, also known as a Level 2 survey, when a Level 3 survey would have been more appropriate due to the age or complexity of a building. A Level 2 survey will typically provide a higher level analysis of a property, meaning that not all defects will be described, but may only receive a high-level description. Thankfully, this scenario is rare, but can arise if the surveyor was having an off day, as we're all human, or if they are acting beyond the realms of their professional knowledge. RICS rules of conduct mean that the latter should not happen, but some surveyors don't know what they don't know. Typically, these could be junior surveyors or those acting out of area on unusually constructed properties. The risk of a surveyor missing a defect can also arise when surveyors are required to complete too many surveys each week. We have recently heard of firms being suspended from RICS registration as they were allowing junior surveyors to complete more surveys who are often not qualified, with these reports being signed off by more experienced surveyors who have not even been to the property. Typically, these firms will offer rock-bottom fees relying on quantity rather than quality to keep them afloat. When this happens, the first step would be to ask the company to provide their complaints handling procedure. All firms regulated by RICS are required to have insurance for instances where issues like this arise, meaning that advice given by RICS surveyors is insurance-backed. If the defect is sufficiently serious, this might give rise to a claim against the surveyor or their insurer. Harrison Clark can advise on the likelihood of success of such a claim and, if necessary, can act as expert witness to support a claim. Our RICS registered expert witness has extensive experience in acting in such circumstances, normally doing so alongside a specialist professional negligence solicitor. We can advise on the appointment of a solicitor if necessary. We can also help in this scenario. We appreciate that building work can be expensive, and particularly when this is unexpected, can be very stressful. Our team of surveyors can work with you to find the most cost-effective method of addressing building issues. Often there are several ways of addressing building defects. While we would always prefer to see best practice being followed, sometimes we need to advise on more cost-effective repairs to push back a full package of repair until this is more affordable. Sometimes our advice will be different from that given by builders for a number of different reasons. Don't forget that in these circumstances, building surveyors have specialised in building pathology and will normally have much better knowledge than an average builder on different repair methodologies. We can help you to prepare a repair specification and can even help you to choose a suitable building contractor. As with anything, often this comes down to the old adage, you get what you pay for. And this extends to pre-purchase surveys, including Level 2 and Level 3 surveys on residential properties. It might be tempting to save a few quid by going with the lowest priced surveyor, but take a minute to think how that survey is being delivered cheaply. Is the company using less qualified or experienced surveyors to deliver your survey? Or perhaps they're using software that allows them to complete surveys more quickly while delivering reports filled with generic information that might not even be applicable to your property. At Harrison Clark, we only used experienced chartered building surveyors to deliver residential reports and ensure that we allow a suitable amount of time to inspect properties and write up reports. This might cost a little more in the short run, but you can be sure that you are receiving the best quality advice and that your report will be fully tailored to your property and your needs. Sometimes, when clients complain that their surveyor has missed something, this relates to a defect which could not possibly have been seen by the surveyor and has only been unearthed when the building was opened up, for example to complete extension or alteration works. Unfortunately, even the very best surveyors do not have X-ray vision, and it is impossible on a non-intrusive survey to pick up on some defects. Other complaints arise months or years after purchase and relate to defects which most likely developed after the surveyor visited. Yet more issues arise when purchasers do not read their survey report properly and fail to act on advice. In these circumstances, it is unlikely that you will have recourse against your surveyor. If your surveyor has missed defects and you need expert advice, contact our team of surveyors at Harris & Clark on 023 81 550051. Better yet, cut out the stack 'em high, sell 'em cheap surveyors and use us to complete your pre-purchase survey in the first place, so you can relax in the knowledge that you have the best representation looking after your interests when buying property. We only have 5-star reviews, and many of these praise the detail within our reports. We look forward to speaking with you about how we can help you with your new property.